From Sam Murill sizing up a heckler and turning tension into comedy,
You're not even a high class of heckler. You're like the Jared Leto Joker.
to Nimesh Patel calmly explaining his personal story after a surprising audience question.
Where's my wife from? Connecticut.
Let's dive into the moments when Drew Lynch, Adam Ray, Tim, and other comedians faced unexpected disruptions and in turn changed the entire room. 1. What about the Palestinians? Shahak Shapira had spent his childhood feeling the weight of fear and constant change. But when he first discovered he could turn that fear into laughter, everything about his life shifted. He spoke about growing up in Israel, then moving to Germany, and how those early struggles taught him to transform confusion into humor that helped him breathe and stay strong.
As soon as you leave Israel, you get a new job. You become the ambassador of Israel. Yes, and every time shit goes down between Israel and Palestine, all of the Europeans...
All of a sudden, a comment hit the room, and the energy shifted at once. It seemed like just another interruption, but what happened next, no one saw coming. Shahak paused without panic, stayed calm, and used that moment to go deeper into memories.
They will flock to the nearest Israeli, and they will ask for a press release. What do you mean we're not real Jews?
Moreover, he explained how humor became his shield during the hardest years of childhood, when fear and uncertainty surrounded his daily life.
It's fine. No, the mistake you're doing, Franz, is I just said it. I'm not a representative of Israel.
His voice stayed steady as he spoke about pain, identity, and emotional survival. He shared how comedy helped release pressure when life felt heavy, giving him control over moments that once felt too big.
Let's talk about Palestine a little bit more.
The crowd listened closely as the message became clear and understanding spread, but that still can't compare to what happened in the next moment. 2. Woo. Drew Lynch had spent years turning struggle into survival, but the moment he stepped on stage, one unexpected interruption threatened to unravel everything he had built, and the room held its breath.
The audience. I think this time I'm talking about how people from the Midwest are so white we look like ghosts.
I for sure saw some ghosts during sound check.
Then a single sound broke the calm, and everything shifted at once. No one laughed right away, and a quiet question hung in the air. Was this moment about to change the entire night?
I asked the staff, and they were like, "No, those are the guests." So it's very white here.
Drew felt it immediately. The rhythm he had built started to bend, and the energy pulled in a strange direction.
Super what? Not a good thing to cheer for, lady. It's...
The woo you just heard was the start of many woos. Full disclosure, I'm not against wooing, by the way.
That was when he explained something most people never think about. He spoke about how reactions carry weight, especially for someone who measures every word.
It's a lot, lady. Why don't you simmer down? How about just split the difference, all right? It's still Thursday, but just, like keep it, but just taper it. You know what I mean? Just...
As the moments passed, the cheering grew heavier and patience thinned. Drew shifted his voice and spoke with quiet clarity, reminding everyone about respect and shared space, protecting the experience he worked so hard to create.
Because I don't want, here's why. I just don't want security to think that you're so much of a disruption that they kick you out.
This was me trying to establish a buddy system, so it could be at the discretion of the performer.
Then it happened again. A final shout froze the room, and time seemed to pause for a breath. The moment ended with removal and silence, leaving the crowd aware of how thin the line felt between fun and disruption. As the room settled, a fragile calm returned. Yet just when it seemed safe, no one could have predicted what would happen next. 3. We are almost the same. The room had been alive with laughter, a rare calm where every joke landed and the audience leaned in, completely connected. Drew Lynch spoke, and in an instant, that fragile rhythm cracked.
This is where we get our first interaction with the lady in the front.
What did you say? Oh, okay.
A disruption from the front row stretched the tension across the space, twisting the energy and forcing every eye to shift. What had been an effortless connection now demanded focus, testing both the comedian and the crowd in real time.
That's my secret. Don't worry about that. No, oh my Jesus, hell.
As you can see, she is standing at the front of the stage so she can compare heights.
Drew Lynch faced the interruption with calm humor and steady focus, keeping control of the room as attention stayed on him.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, what do? I don't have weed. What do I give her?
This is something I call a bridge joke.
As the talking continued, the strain became heavier, challenging his focus and reminding him how easily flow could collapse.
Vulnerable for me because I opened up to the audience about my softball injury and why I stuttered for so many years.
That's what happened to me. I had a softball injury. And I explained this, good.
Every interruption tested patience and control, showing the audience how thin the line was between fun and chaos. When it keeps happening, should comedians stay calm like Drew, or stop it right away to keep the show safe? As the crowd watched, the next performance began, showing how quickly a live show could change. 4. Just stop. Adam Ray had built his career through improv, acting, and stand-up, learning to read a room and handle any audience. In San Francisco, the night started full of energy as every joke landed and the performance moved forward smoothly. Yet even in that strong rhythm, the crowd could change in an instant, and one small disruption had the power to shift the entire show.
My man, was that for her or was that for me?
The night in San Francisco had begun like a storm of laughter, energy crackling as the audience leaned into every joke, the show moving with a rhythm that felt perfectly in tune. Yet that fragile balance trembled the moment a voice from the crowd kept cutting in at all the wrong times.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Yeah, now, yeah. Fucking, yeah, I don't think you're gonna be the reason we all come together tonight, but thanks for trying, yeah.
Adam Ray faced it with quiet patience, sharp humor, and careful redirection, guiding the tension without breaking the flow, trying to keep the room alive while protecting the shared magic of the performance.
Who cares? We can't all be Jim Pennington's son, right? Yeah. No, but man, I just really want to know real quick.
He used calm humor and simple cues to guide her behavior without starting conflict. The goal was to soften the disruption and turn it into something the room could move past. By doing this, he kept control of the moment and allowed the show to continue smoothly.
Were you telling her like, hey, shut up, let him do the joke? Or were you like to me, hey, don't talk about this? The first one, for her, yeah. Don't talk about what?
I like Joe and I want to hear the joke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, so...
Every interjection stretched attention and introduced tension, challenging both focus and momentum. Yet the performer maintained a careful bridge between patience and authority, keeping the audience engaged despite the interruptions.
Yeah. This is what happens sometimes when you break the fourth wall, you know? Everybody feels like they got a voice. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Eventually, he had to take control clearly and firmly, reminding the audience that joining in carried responsibility and that both laughter and quiet mattered for the show. But just when it seemed calm, no one expected how quickly tension would rise again. With control restored, the next moment arrived, setting the stage for Tim to face a restless crowd and turn the challenge into laughter. 5. 8 minutes. Tim Dillon had built a reputation for sharp commentary and controlled chaos. But the moment he stepped on stage, the energy in the room hit him like a storm, and no one could predict how he would turn it around.
In the 5 years I've been coming to this open mic, bro, never, not once have we ever kicked anyone out.
Tim called it out instantly, turning tension into laughter by poking fun at the leader of the group and the chaos forming in the back. Each joke pulled the audience in and kept the show moving forward.
He's really sticking to his guns about that conjecting thing. Oh, no.
Right, no, mate, can you just give us 8 minutes to allow Tim to do his set?
He jumped into a joke about golf and the Saudi Arabian takeover, and people laughed while a few shouted back. Tim smiled and kept going, making the interruptions part of the performance.
I don't think anything I'm going to say from now on is going to beat how funny that guy's face is.
The heckler would not stop, yet Tim Dillon stayed calm, every word and movement precise. He turned the interruptions into part of the show, using them as energy instead of letting them take over.
What do you do for a job? What do you do for a job, sir?
Jokes about artificial intelligence, nuclear codes, and Joe Biden landed between the outbursts, each laugh and reaction blending into the performance.
Is he a scaffolder? Yeah! Yeah. Can you wear a hard helmet? You wear a tool belt?
Even as the room teetered between order and disorder, Tim turned every challenge into momentum, proving a difficult crowd could create a memorable human moment. But what happened next, no one saw coming. As the energy shifted, attention moved to another show where Sam Murill faced a disruptive audience member, showing a different way to handle interruptions with calm observation. 6. Did you say depressed women? Sam Murill had spent years mastering observational comedy and reading a room. The moment he saw the heckler, he noticed every detail and began assessing the situation. She tried to disrupt the show, yet his rhythm stayed unshaken. It seemed like a fairy tale, but behind the scenes, the reality was very different.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah. You just got your fucking...
He calmly pointed out that some people take pride in acting this way, showing the audience how awareness and experience could turn a tricky moment into part of the performance.
feet on the stage, too. You're very... Yeah. You don't give a fuck? No, I mean, I figured that out.
Using humor and careful observation, he kept the show moving while highlighting how unusual the situation was.
You guys don't seem like a match.
Sam also reflected on how strange it is when people come to a show and are clearly not fans. After 16 years on stage, handling this type of audience member had become part of the craft. 7. Where's your wife from? Nimesh Patel had spent years turning life's small moments into sharp, unforgettable comedy. But when a stranger asked where his wife was from, his answer revealed a story no one in the audience expected. He smiled and told she came from Connecticut, a place very different from his own culture, and the story that followed showed how chance and connection shaped his life in surprising ways.
Where's my wife from? Connecticut. Just Connecticut white, the whitest of whites. People get, I've realized at shows sometimes.
However, he told how he met his wife 15 years ago while performing comedy. Back when dating as a struggling comedian was hard, she stood out as fun and easygoing. It seemed simple, but the timing and chance that brought them together was almost unbelievable, showing how connection can change a life.
Not at all. It's like oh, you hate yourself so much you didn't want to date Indian women. It's like, no, you think I hate being Indian so much I would turn down pussy? No, that's not.
Just as Nimesh turned a personal question into a story about connection, David Lucas heard a comment that shook the room. It seemed small at first, but what happened next would change the energy in ways no one saw coming, showing how interruptions can reveal deeper, unforgettable stories. 8. Do you know if Harriet Tubman gets on the 20 bill? David Lucas had built his comedy on blunt honesty, sharing stories of upbringing, race, and struggle that left audiences thinking as much as laughing. Then a comment landed in the room, sharp and unexpected, twisting the energy instantly.
You know there were no cameras back then, right? With no Snapchat filters.
He paused for a moment, then continued, recounting his childhood filled with fear, confusion, and challenge. When the voice spoke again, tension rippled through the audience, and everyone could feel the mood shift in the space.
Every picture of Harriet Tubman was a drawing.
David heard the comment that hit the room hard and changed the mood instantly. He stopped for a moment, then kept talking about his childhood, growing up with fear, confusion, and struggle. When the voice spoke again, the room felt tense, and the audience noticed the change right away.
This bitch said, I do hair. Y'all are undergrad neuroscientists. Our future is in trouble.
Seemed like an ordinary moment, but what happened next would leave the room holding its breath. When the voice spoke again, tension spread across the space, and the audience could feel the shift immediately.
What are you talking about?
When a comment shifts the mood this sharply, should a comedian lean into the weight of the moment or steer the room back to laughter? If you enjoyed seeing how comedians like Sam Murill, Nimesh Patel, David Lucas, Drew Lynch, Adam Ray, and Tim handled hecklers and turned tension into laughter, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more behind the scenes moments, and share it with friends who love comedy. Every click helps keep the laughter going.